It's been a long time since you haven't been on Club Shada, so I just wanted to know how was Africa, or
Yeah, yeah, it was good.
how was your homeland?
10 years since I had not been there, man. So it was very, very good. It was very impressive, warm welcome and heartwarming for sure. The land is, Bangui is, people say what they say, but Bangui is moving. The people are trying to make things happen. The diaspora is moving back, or at least doing lots of like, back and forth, building houses, investing in businesses, trying to really bring back dynamism and a different outlook on the country and specifically Bangui, the city, the capital city. Man, it would take us another 30 minutes to go through the whole journey, but it was profound, man. It was profound. I met with, I was received by the authorities, Ministry of Culture, etc. I mean, it was very, very, very powerful, very powerful. Being recognized for all my work. I didn't know I was known like that in the country. I actually had no expectations whatsoever. But when I arrived, I was like, oh snap, this is completely unexpected. So it was a very humbling journey, and it was one intense week for the TE Festival. Big shout out to Idil Mamba who put it together and allowed me to really bring forth also the full potential of my knowledge and skills by providing some class. Um, Opened another side of my skill set by tutoring a couple of great artists as well, young DJs, not so young DJs, artists, painters, etc. Managers that came attended my workshop at the Alliance Française, which was a success. 3 days of 3 hours each, very intensive, very, very detailed. Um, it felt good, man. It felt good. I embraced some other aspects of my skill set that, yeah, I tapped into because of this festival, because of what it meant, but also, when you start believing more in yourself, more in your capacities to do things that you didn't know were possible. I think that's been one of the amazing highlights of this day and this journey is that what it has helped bring to life in me is worth uh, much more than anyone could have told me it would. If anyone had, ever told me what it would bring. It's deep, it's profound, it's enriching. Yeah.
I would have done Monday quality talks about the whole journey. Listen, I
Yeah, I'm
even believe
thinking of
that
doing it because Monday's tomorrow, right? So, but yeah, I'm
I really
thinking.
believe that you could do not only one but a few of them where one about you, what it meant for you as a as a as a son of the land and a heir to the empire. That
Yeah.
would that would be a whole episode. Then what it meant to you as an artist, with the whole festival, with the people that you met, with the artistic side of it. Then another episode would be the country, the city, the different diasporas, the people that are there, the Russians, the French, the how the whole from inside, what you've seen, and after all these documentaries that we've been seeing, like that would be a third episode, and I believe a fourth episode would be a panel with participants from that festival where you would go back to the whole thing and invite, yeah, maybe a local artist and two of the people from that organization, and brainstorm and have that whole conversation about it. Like that's a lot of content that you could do just from.
Definitely, definitely. I agree with you, and but it's with Monday Quality Talks, I've been having a bit of a creative block for some time now, as you know. I would do it on and off because the truth is that I am not confident about the show and how I'm doing it, and uh, it's mostly the aesthetic around the show that bothers me. I still am yet to find and wrap my head around what I'm trying to do aesthetically. I'm also not satisfied with the lights, with the settings. There's a lot of things that I'm aspiring to great things, but then I have to also be realistic with with the fact that I need to take my time and build something as I go. But yeah, I mean, besides that, I think all of this I'm saying is actually potentially excuses, and I just need to just get my ass to it and start working and doing the do. So I think the latter is definitely what I'm going to be doing. But you're right. I think relating the experience as it was,
Listen, that's a lot of
and
content.
I have a documentary actually. I shot a documentary while I was there, so I'm going to be
Yeah,
releasing
yeah.
the documentary. I'm narrating the documentary. Most likely, I'm going to receive the footage tomorrow, um, and I'm going to be narrating, and then yeah,
Oh yeah, listen, I believe that
it's work.
I believe that even for example, the same way I created that, for example, with for Sarah, rest in peace. Like imagine that you have photos that are just like this, and you are narrating the what goes with the images as you are explaining your thing. And so if you prepare yourself a little bit
Definitely
for
prepare a
a lot
proper
of
show.
people, yeah, listen, that's, and even just the conversation, something I've been planning to do for a long time. I didn't do it yet, but I want to do something with inviting like a few ladies and do a full panel with them. It's something that I'm really thinking of doing soon, because that could be fun. And also, yeah, inviting artists to have conversation, to continue having those conversations. I think it's very important. Even if there's always stuff to talk about, I also believe that it's important to continue
Yeah,
to exchange on ideas and just have conversations about music in general, about and broaden. But also, yeah, I want to have people that I can have conversations about Congo, about stuff, that different things that matter, where sometimes you just need people that are very knowledgeable about a situation and the context, so you can ask the right question and have an interesting conversation with people. Because people believe that because you're a celebrity, you know everything. Sometimes no, but you know enough people that you can learn about a lot of things. So yeah, I really believe
absolutely.
that the fact that you went there and oh, listen, we've been talking since I've known you about you returning there, and I remember, like, in the beginning it was out of a question. There was a lot of fear, and then now that you went
No,
and
they
you
were
came back.
justified fears. They were justified
Yeah,
fears,
sure.
unfortunately. But they got dissipated with time, and yeah. But yeah, they were
Yeah,
justified,
and
unfortunately.
now that you've been there and you've seen the potential and stuff, I believe that's
There was concern for my security. There was concern for my security and my livelihood. Well, I would have been there at the wrong time, and there would have definitely been serious concern had I went too early.
no. But
So
now that
that was the right time to go.
yeah, now that you went at the right time and that you've seen and that Now you have a lot of things to tell. You have a lot of things to, yeah. There's a lot of things to talk about that I believe that either by yourself or in conversation with somebody that maybe would ask you the questions. Yeah, I believe that it's something that on a MQT would be great. What about quarantine grooves? It
Yeah,
seems
same
like
thing. I'm seeing, I've again, both shows. I am trying to reformulate my approach to them. Definitely, Quarantine Grooves, turning it into Clandestinos, as in changing the name to Clandestinos and making it a monthly or bi-monthly show, trying to figure out what I'll be doing with that. We're definitely not mixing as much and focusing more on trying to bring the show in different settings. So, for example, recording the show in a specific environment. So, right now, this is one of my plans. I'm about to be traveling to Gambia for a week. I'm going to be
oh,
attending a
nice.
festival. So I'm going to be trying to do a pre-recorded quarantine groups from Gambia, from the hotel I'm going to be staying at for this festival, the Fajara Festival. So, trying to create things like that and sort of like really emphasize on this initial idea that, we were talking about years ago during COVID of collaborating with certain hotels and letting them know, look, let's make this happen, let's do this, trying to figure this thing out. And yeah, so I am really in the moment of rebranding myself completely as far as like and repurposing the shows and figuring out a way where I can actually not only just make, for example, quarantine groups just about DJ, but having like, for example, purely DJ oriented conversations, educational ones, but I could also do that through Monday Quality Talks, which is a program just like yours where we just talk about any and every topic that we dominate through our knowledge or seek knowledge from those who are more obviously informed on than us, and then help not only educate ourselves but also educate or bring about awareness to our viewers. So trying to figure it out, man. But that's why the conversations are good. We were talking about it, suggesting ideas, rebranding visually, new logos, everything. I'm trying to really like you know, yeah, just reorganize everything and then stick to the plan.